What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the TRÜF Life Podcast. I'm Tyren Johnson, and I got Kaya back with another episode. It's our second episode, and the last episode was pretty good. We got some good feedback, and we back at it again. And tonight we talking about open relationships. Open relationships, Kay. We're going straight to it. What do you think about open relationships?
Okay. So, I think one of the first people that were in my radar that talked about open relationships was, I think it was like Monique or something like that. Cause she has an open marriage, the comedian, Monique. And the first thing I'm like, oh, girl, because normally you hear it from a male's perspective, like, oh, like they introduce it as an open relationship. But hearing it from a woman's perspective, I'm like, well, why would you want that? And so immediately I was just like, oh, like I'm against it, like whatever. But that was probably when I was like 29, maybe 30 or whatever. And after a while, I'm gonna be honest, like, I never like truly like went after one, but I started to understand why. Because as a woman, like sometimes you just get tired of the BS, you know what I mean? Like, and not saying that this is general, right? Like not saying that men don't go through this either, but as far as like people being loyal and faithful to you, sometimes you wonder like, man, like, okay, well, I wish it was just, just put me first. You know what I mean? Like I saw a meme and I think I shared it with you and it said, oh, we can both do our thing. Just put me first. And the caption on it was like, oh, a woman in her mid-30s must have, created this. But I can't relate to it because it's just like, sometimes you get tired of going through the same thing. You get tired of dating. You get tired of getting in these relationships, and whether they were faithful or not, you're just like, I want somebody that's like a best friend for me. And we put each other first. But when you think about life, having that partner for life and that only person for life, sometimes you kind of guess like, okay, what if he do get tired of me? If that's the case, I want you to be able to tell me and then maybe I'll give you a pass or something. Not saying that this is how I think or like majority of women think, but I can understand how you come of that. So what about you?
Hell no.
What do you think? Because it's different from a man's perspective. Like when a woman starts talking about it, it's like, oh, heck no, But if your dude, like how many times you done seen your dudes in marriages and they either cheating or they have an open relationship and you just like, oh, okay, whatever works for you.
Yeah, I mean, most of the marriages I know didn't last.
Exactly.
That's a common trend in our community. I hate to say it, just got to be honest.
Yeah.
For me, open relationships is a no-go. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But I respect anyone else that do it. I don't want to say it's a no-go. Like, I mean, for me,
whatever works for you.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have the patience. I put too much into my girl.
Yeah.
Too much into the relationship. I invest too much of time, energy, money, focus.
Absolutely.
Just way too much to do that with so many girls. The way I even connect with people, even sexually, people laugh at me because I'm not a boom, 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 get out of there. I'm
right.
You
cuddler.
Yeah. I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? So it just doesn't work for me, And
absolutely.
So
it's for whatever works for those people, whatever. I generally I couldn't do it, right? Like I know me, I couldn't do it. However, I can understand, like you said, if people continuously put time, effort, like all of this stuff, and then they're unfaithful or they, you know, whatever the case may be, they're like, you know what, let me be open. Because if they gonna do something, I'm gonna do it too. You know what I mean? Like, that's people's mindset. Right. So they just end up saying, you know what, like, just as long as, if you gonna do that, just let me know so I could do me too. You know what I mean? So then it becomes an open relationship.
That's not toxic to you?
It is. That's why I said I wouldn't be able to do it. But I understand why other people arrive at that conclusion. And I honestly don't feel like that's gonna make it work either. But
I think there's many reasons why they arrive to that occasion. And I do love it. I tell most of the guys and most of the people that ask me relationship questions, I tell them, you need an open relationship. Yeah. But for me, let's just.
But there are women out there that's for that, just like Monique. And so a lot of times I try to tell these guys, like, okay, if you're not going to be faithful, you need to find a woman that understands and wants to be in an open relationship. Don't have this woman or this man, it could be vice versa. Don't have them in this relationship thinking you're going to be faithful and you're not. So
but it's bigger than just being faithful too. Like, that's not the only reason for an open relationship. It's no one. That's in America. That's another one of those American thing that they told you that monogamy is the only way to date. Like, that's not a real thing. You just prefer that because of certain ways you're brought up and certain cultures, but that's not a people
in
have multiple
in the African culture is not normal at all. Yeah. But so that's what I'm like.
You never just had one girl or one man.
Are you like, but in the current, and I'm in the United States. So based off of the experiences here, it's normal to be faithful to one person or to, like, you know, only date one person. Now, if you get to, oh man, because I'm very self-aware and I'm aware of social, you know, things, socially aware. So I know that there's people who probably can't be faithful or can't, you know, only focus on building something with one person. I wouldn't generalize it as men, or like there's a lot of, you know, things out there like, oh, men aren't meant to be. That's false. You know what I mean? Like, it just depends on the person. Just like there's women that probably can't be faithful either, you know? But I feel like based on you need to find somebody that's going to match what you're trying to do and not, you know, try to make somebody into something that they're not.
It goes back long. I won't call his name, but one of my mentors, I would say one of my main mentors, gave this guy a lot of money. He got 6 wives. But at the same time, I looked at him and I was like, bro, how the hell do you keep up with 6 women? How do you satisfy 6 energies? But when he broke it down to me and he's like, oh my God, he's the best thing that ever happened to them. And they're the best thing that ever happened to him. And I was like, God damn, I didn't think of it from that way because he was broke and just got out of jail. And he met the one woman that picked him up, taught him how to, like, really read and write, kind of, sort of. And he became a teacher. He's worth millions of dollars. And one wife took all of his book money, got 50% of his book money. One wife got 25% of his real estate. Another wife they got a hair business together. They're all coming along and they got one big circle of success going on. They're all happy.
And not that I agree with that, but, and this is kind of leading into, I mean, it's still open, but leading into a different topic, but it's just like
a different topic for sure.
When it comes to polygamy, you also, if your household is going to be structured that way, you have to be able to provide for all of these women. And a lot of times people are forgetting that part of it. It's like, no, like, I want 3 wives or, you know, 2 girls, and then you're not pulling in enough money to support yourself.
The crazy thing is the woman helped him
get to where he's going, and she reaping the benefits as it should be.
And it was all bro, it was all a team effort. They got their own language. They homeschool their own kids. They have their own nutritional values. They're, you know what I'm saying, they're vegans, but everything's, they have their own language, bro. That's crazy. That's amazing
Do
to me.
your thing.
You know what I'm saying? But even, to go back on that meme, I think that meme, I think that meme was dangerous because the meme said, just let me be first. And I always say that's dangerous because why you want to be, well, for a person that's uncomfortable, if you want to be first, then that mean that some type of competition there. And you want to be first or last, that's some type of competition.
That's what they saying. You do you. If you gonna do you, let me do me, but just put me first.
Right. You'll never be able to measure. I feel like you'll never be able to measure.
How do you measure that? I don't know.
I feel like you'll never be able to measure if you're first or last. And that's like a cat running after, like cat and mouse. You will never know if he's putting you first when he's dealing with somebody else. I look at a meme like that and I figure if I'm being an open relationship, then I'm going to be open to everything. I'm going to be open to him possibly loving someone else more than me. I'm going to be open to him. I'll be open to her bringing me back a STD. I'm going to be open to her getting pregnant. I'm going to be open to her moving away. I'm going to be open to everything because that's on the table. And I might,
unless it's discussed, right?
Even if it's discussed, we like energy is so transferable.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Somebody might twinkle her toes a little bit better than me and swipe off her feet. And she have every right to go there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said for me, it's too much to think about. It's too much to worry about. I can't.
And that's why I said 9 times out of 10, those situations don't work out anyway. Because if they're looking for something outside of that person and they find it in somebody else, who's to say they're going to give it up? And then who's to say one of the partners are going to say, okay, enough is enough. I don't want to do this no more. And then you can't just make them go back to, unless it's discussed beforehand and y'all have a contract or some sort where it's like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. You can only sleep with other people.
Why would you want to be first?
I don't know. Some people do.
I'm saying you said that you kind of agree with the meme. I'm like, what would you get out of being first?
But this is the thing. Only they know what first is for them. So if they think,
I'm talking about you.
I didn't say I agree with the meme. I'm not in an open relationship.
No, I thought you said that if you was like you would agree with. I thought you had agreed with the meme, and you said like you could see yourself if you was ever in that type of situation, you would just want to be first.
No, I never said that. I said that. Man, I feel like I was months away from having this perspective. Like, dang it. But if you get to a situation, okay, so from a woman's perspective, right? Like if they say you can only have sex with other people, you can't spend time with them, you can't go out on dates, you can't do, you know what I mean? Like if they put that into place for them, that means you're putting me first if you're coming to me for everything else and you just get head from them or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's how people think, and I can understand it, but I don't agree with it because if you open that door, anytime you give people an inch, they're going to take a mile. And then whether they tell you about it or not, like,
That's what I'm saying. But if I'm in an open relationship, I'm ready for that mile.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because me and Yaya get a lot of flack. People talk to me and Yaya, and our relationship is kind of structured like an open relationship. Like Yaya is free to do whatever she wants. Mm-hmm. Just be responsible for your actions.
Yeah.
Same with me.
Go ahead.
I said same with me. It's like I'm like if Yaya was to go out and do something with another guy, I'm not. Oh, I'm done. I'm not like, oh, I'm finished. It's too much invested. It's too much time put in. It's too much emotions. I'm asking why? What's the reason? If you're telling me because I'm just not worth it, Oh, well, you got to go to Big Dick Johnny. But if you're telling me because I'm bored, I'm in the gym too much, if you're telling me that I'm not affectionate enough and you just seeked out and I wasn't listening to things that you wanted more of, I got to step my game up.
What if she said, I just wanted to see if I still got it?
Understandable. I'm not.
What would you think though?
I would think I'm happy that the way I look at life, the way I structure all of my relationships is answer all your questions. I'm not in this relationship to put you in handcuffs, to put you in jail. Like you your own, and that's gonna make our relationship better. You got it out. Oh, you got that out your system? All right, now get right. You know what I'm saying? But now, whenever you just thought you got to always figure this out, well, look, let's separate for a little while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You go do what you feel like you got to do.
Now, while you doing that, not for
you can lose me.
All right. Now, somebody come sweep me off my feet.
For sure.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it.
I feel you. I actually have, I think after, maybe a year ago, I developed the mindset of releasing all the pressure from relationships. I'm not doing
expectations.
Too many Thank you. Too many expectations. And I feel like with those expectations, especially if you're just in a relationship, we're talking about, well, we haven't got to the marriage conversation yet, but if we're talking about relationships, right? Who's to say that I should give my, everything that I would give my husband to my current boyfriend, right? Like, who's to say you're supposed to do that? And then there's always controversy on this topic because it's like, oh, well, without him seeing everything, how can he make a decision to marry you? Forget all that. If that was the case, all of my boyfriends would have got all of me. Like, I got to save something for my husband. You know what I mean? So it's just like, how can you, with all the expectations of people like, oh, you're supposed to do this as a girlfriend, or you're supposed to do this, and I'm not supposed to do nothing unless you my husband. So I don't know. I released all of the pressure from that. I'm like, I hate the term girlfriend, boyfriend now. I just truly do. And just because it's so many expectations that come with it. And I just want, have a person, you know what I mean? My person that, I can grow with and can literally be my best friend. And then one day we might be like, let's go get married. You know what I mean? Like, forget all the relationship expectations.
Well, that's one thing I hit Yaya with. I told Yaya from the beginning, I was like, look, for me, I'm the person that gives everything. You getting all of my exes or ex-girls I dealt with, they got everything. You know what's crazy? I planned on marrying all of them.
Yep.
I really planned on marrying all of them. That's why this might be another episode, but I'm hurt when I don't talk to my exes or people that I dealt with because
that could be a different conversation.
I really put everything into those situations. But it's the first thing I told her was like, there's the only expectation is that you're invested in this union. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like we can get so sidetracked because we get these expectations from our parents, our friends, society. Yeah. And for me, I was like, nothing about me is traditional. So all of the traditionalism that you are about to think about, it ain't gonna work. And you're gonna be upset if you decide to be with me. This is a conversation I had early. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like
that's important.
It goes back to the question I want to ask now is from dealing with open relationship, we done kind of transferred into this next question. Mm-hmm. Not marriage, not yet. We're gonna get there, but
no, I'm saying okay, go ahead. We done transitioned the conversation to marriage and expectations and stuff like that.
Right. But I want to tap back up on that open relationship tip and see what's you said you've after failing and being loyal and constantly being let down, you're like, forget this. I'm tired of doing this.
Maybe I need to do something the other way that's also benefiting me, right? Like you start to develop that mindset, kind of like these girls out here. And I say these girls because that's what it is, them. Sometimes like they get tired of going through these situations, or maybe they've been hurt and they haven't healed or whatever. And then they develop like, well, just let me get me a sugar daddy. You know what I mean? Like, because at least I know I'm going to benefit from it if I put in all this time and effort, you know? So,
Is it wrong for me to, this is a question I'm asking for wisdom, because I don't have a problem with losing. I don't have a problem with being loyal, being messed over. I'm like, bro, you really lost. I know what I was being authentic.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, now Yaya reaps that benefit, and I'm building calluses from all of those losses. Like, I appreciate those losses because it brought me to where I am today.
Absolutely, but everybody's not able to digest things that way.
I want to know why. Oh,
I mean, you would have to ask them, but I think it takes a certain type of self-awareness to be able to do things like that. I am able to do that. I know people in my circle are able to do that. But there's a good amount of people that are not able to first be self-aware and then digest things and not take them personal. Because I approach a relationship like I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna do what I feel like I want to do. I'm gonna invest time, money, all of this stuff because it gives me satisfaction, not because I'm thinking it's going to make them want me or make them happy. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing it because I want to, not because I feel like I need to. And I think that's one of the biggest things, because a lot of people are doing things for the other person to get accepted by that other person. Right. If he don't want you, he don't want you, but he going to take the PS5 you're about to buy him. Like, you know what I mean? But a lot of people haven't come to that realization, and I'm just that type of person. So when we do separate, I don't want no gifts back. I don't want no, you know what I mean? Like that's stuff that I gave you, and I still appreciate you for what you taught me. If this experience wasn't supposed to last, I appreciate you for what I learned from the situation. Exactly. And whether I learned, you know, what I don't want no more or what I do want, you know, like I still appreciate it. Like you can't just all of a sudden hate this person that you sent.
How do you hate me?
That you spent so much time with, you told secrets to, you done pillow talk, you done.
Next episode, everybody. Next episode.
Okay. My bad. I'm getting ahead of myself, I guess. I mean, see, you know what? I need a list of these, you know.
We got to start right now on these ideas.
Let's wrap up.
Me and you, we goddamn, we go all day. That's why I wanted you on here.
Yeah.
But go back to the self-awareness is, I tell people all the time that, let me ask you this question. It's not a question. It's something. It's like a theory I have. I'm like, I look at relationships like business. Like just like a business is constructed, that's how I look at a relationship. And I say that we work super hard on everything in life. Everything in life, we work super hard. We fail in basketball and we keep going. We keep grinding.
Yeah.
We fail. We get told. We get cut. I get cut from the NBA. I'm going to go overseas. Like we go through these extreme measures to meet those goals. But when it comes down to our hearts, we're like, oh, one rejection, I'm finished. I'm done with people. I want sugar baby. Yeah. I'm a pimp. I'm like, bro, this is why are we so easy to give up on our heart than we are our other goals in life?
Because it's uncomfortable for people. If you're not self-aware and you don't have that balance, I think uncomfortable, like, of course, there's, you know, you can be uncomfortable in the things that you do, like sports or your job, or whatever the case may be, but you know what you need to do in order to get that. And 9 times out of 10, you're not trying to change, like another person isn't really involved. So, you just got to work on yourself. But when you're in a relationship or a marriage and your heart is involved and this person has made you feel this type of way, or, something you did have made them feel your type, and you're not in their head and y'all aren't communicating, then you start to spiral and be like, you know what? Like, I can't do this. It's throwing me all loop. And love is, like they say, love is the most powerful drug there is, but
I'm
hey,
happy.
people tend to not deal with it as opposed to working as hard as you would for something else. So
I'm happy you said that people, it's dealing with another person, because I think that's mess up number one. I think that's mistake number one. I tell I hate using myself. I keep saying that, but it's not.
That's your perspective.
It's not about you, yeah. All of this is for me. Me loving you, me doing all of this. This is me being true to my core. Yeah. It's on you to come along this train. So when I feel like when people focus on get selfish, I feel like when people get selfish from that perspective and not selfish from a certain type of gain perspective, they'll be able to start handling situations a little bit better. Because when you leave your heart in the hands of a human being,
someone else,
a human. I mean, humans are messed up. Anybody, your mom or daddy, it's like they have the opportunity to crush it. The heart is. It's a very easily. It's a very a soft organ. Like it can be destroyed. It's not like bones.
It's fragile.
It's a very fragile organ. So it's like I'm using a metaphor. Right. But at the same time, it's one of the most precious things. It's like you have to be in sole control of that. No matter how much you do, you don't do that looking for some type of reparations for being who you are. Like it's their fault that they can't accept that.
I think that that's very interesting, and I would agree with majority of what you said. I think, and the reason why I'm saying this, and I'm thinking about this conversation that I had, where typically when a man decides, not all men, but majority of men, or men that I know of, when they decide that they're ready for commitment, it's not about the woman that's there, which is literally what you're just saying. It's about that he's ready, right? Like, so it's women, of course, I know this, but a lot of women seem to can't grasp, like, you can't make a man be ready for anything that they, don't want to. And when men decide, you know what, I'm ready for a lifelong commitment or marriage, and I'm ready for kids. If you're there as the woman, it has very little to do with you. It's because they're ready, right? So as a woman, like, how do you process, like, okay, like, what if, and of course timing is everything, but what if, like, what about me do you love? You know what I mean? Like, what about me do you not want to live without? And I didn't say need to, but want to live without. Like, tell me that. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's some need for that in order for, things to grow together.
Are you saying that all women are ready?
No, that's not what I said.
No, I'm just asking. I know you said majority men, or most men that they know when they're ready, and that's when they pursue something long term. I'm just asking.
So what I'm saying is, it's like a woman could be ready, right? If he's not ready, it's no budging. But when he's ready, it's like, oh, you just so happen to be here. Like, this is the girl that's here when I'm supposedly ready. And it's not like they're connected at the heart, that they truly know each other and they love the person that they are unconditionally. It's just that he's ready.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Because that works both ways. That's vice versa.
Right.
A man waits till he's ready and a woman waits when she's ready.
That's the idea that I got from what you had just said. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, okay, you know, there has to be some connection there. You know what I mean? Like, not, ready, and bro. I don't say connection in a light way. I'm saying like ingrained in each other. You know what I mean? Like there has to be some ingrainment in your relationship. So I can't totally see a relationship as a business just because I feel like I would be detached by it.
Oh yeah. I'm detached.
But I guess that's what separates relationships and marriages, because, you know, I wouldn't be able to just treat a marriage as a. Now, there are definitely business components in marriages, but that's why communication is so important. So
yeah, I mean, I treat everything like a business. It's not like a business as far as I'm looking for dollars, and I'm talking about the structure of a business. And it's kind of how life works. Everything pretty much is a business whenever you look at it. And speaking about going into marriage, it's like this is like one of the biggest businesses in the world. And
it is what you make it.
No, that's a fact. It's a big business. And see, I laughed.
My God, here you go. It doesn't have to be.
It makes sense to be though. It's like whenever
for
you say
you,
that word,
for you. I'm not taking that from you, because if you look at things like a business, whatever works for you. For me, I don't want things to be a business like solely. You know what I mean? Like there has to be.
There's nothing is solely. I'm not saying that's the only thing. I mean, when I say business, meaning, so if I start a business, if I want to be a boss, I'm going to need employees, right? That's the only way you can be a boss. If you the only person working, you're just self-employed, right? So I don't want to be a boss. I want to Kale Pickens, Tyren Johnson, TRÜF Life Podcast. This is a business right now. You're my sister.
But we're talking about marriages, though.
I'm showing you how I'm using it metaphorically. Right. Same in a relationship. It's like, this is what I bring. This is what you bring, and together we create this amazing thing. And then we're gonna create some offsprings and create some more amazing things. I'm bringing my light. I'm bringing I'm bringing my light and what I bring to the world, and she's doing the same. That's a business. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not looking at it from a monetary standpoint or marketing standpoint. I'm just looking at it from the beginning structures of a business is, in a business partnership is, bro, I know where to get these houses at. Okay, but I don't got the money. Okay, I got the money. Let's come together. We got the house. And now we rent. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it.
I see how you're getting there, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would use. I wouldn't use business.
It's a strong term that's uncomfortable. I understand. I don't have a problem with being uncomfortable.
It's a strong term.
Right.
So, and there are different interpretations about it. So that's why
I just prefer stronger terms because I think it punches you a little bit better.
I feel like it defines things if you use strong terms like that. And when I say define, it's like definite. You know what I mean? So it's just nothing is definite. That's definite.
Nothing is definite.
Yeah.
If you definite, that means that you have no. Oh, it's Suli. Come on, Suli. What's going on here? Oh, this is so unprofessional. All right. I don't see nothing that's definite, and you're kind of a dangerous person if you see things as definite. I mean that you can't listen to nobody else's point of view.
But it could be, especially for listeners that don't understand what you.
That's why I just broke it down like that.
What you mean?
I'm like, let me break this down so people don't think, oh, he's pimping his girl. Like, no.
Oh God. But
speaking about marriages, one of the most important components of marriages is the wedding ring. And I mean, once again, I told Yaya when I first met her, nothing about me is traditional. So I don't. It's not that I don't. I don't believe in wedding rings. I don't believe in it. I don't subscribe to that mindset. I don't subscribe to marriages. But since it's a business, I have to get married, and we're getting married. But the wedding ring concept. What is your idea of whenever a man decides that since you're a Christian, right?
I am a Christian.
Right. So you got to go through your process. I understand that process. What type of wedding ring
Well,
are you expecting?
I'm a spiritual Christian, but it's well, that's for another episode.
What type of wedding ring are you expecting? Are you expecting it
So,
certain sometime? I'm interested in knowing what goes on with this ring situation.
so it's crazy that I've had this conversation several times, and everybody has their own expectations when it comes to rings. The most common that I've heard is like, oh, it has to cost 3 times as much as your paycheck, right? And I'm just like, okay, are you talking to someone that brings home $2,400 a month? Are you talking about somebody that's bringing in $10,000 a month? Like, so for one, I think a perspective to look at it, and this is how I see it.
Before you get into
when
that,
a man,
no, go ahead. You got it. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
When a man is wanting to propose to me, the ring has to represent me. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be something that he knows that I would like, or it needs to be a representation of him. So when, like, it can't be anything in between. It can't be something that's, oh, this is cool. You know what I mean? It's in my budget. You know what I mean? Like, you can't make those decisions based off of things that don't matter. It's either you or me. If you're giving me a gift, what are you doing it for? Oh, this is something that she needs or she likes. You know what I mean? So you have to think about that person. Now, cost doesn't matter, right? So people that know me know that I like matte black. People that know me know that I like. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I had a call. I'm sorry. But people know that I like matte black. People know that I like gold. People know that, you know what I mean? So if you can't afford something that you truly, truly want, or that you truly feel like I deserve, then give me a black rubber band. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, give me something that you know that I would love. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, or the other side of it is because I had, an ex who gave me a budget, right? He was like, hey, this is your budget. It was right under like $10,000, right? He was like, find something that you like. And I'm like, I don't want to tell you what I like. So I told him, I said, you should, one, know what I like, and two, because I knew the type of person he was, he's a person that wants to look distinguished, right? Like he has it going on. So I'm like, how about you get me something that you would like to see on my finger? You know what I mean? Like, those conversations are always like, but I have them right off the bat. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But he was just like, oh, okay. And that's when he came up, was like, oh, no, I want the clarity of the rock. I want this. I want that. Oh, now that you're thinking about yourself and what people going to perceive you as when you when they see the ring on my finger, like, now you all into it. Like, oh, I want this. I want that. But when it was just an idea, it was just like, here's your budget.
You see, I pride myself on being distinguished and having swag. Mm-hmm. Yep. That has meaning.
Yes, it does.
That has no budget for me.
There you
See what I'm
go.
saying? But far as that's that's when you learn something every day. Because I never looked at it. I guess for me, my small-minded, bubble-minded, I'm like, you just buying this ring because people say you got to buy this ring because of traditionalism, and I'm like,
Yep.
hell nah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But now that you say it from that point of view, that this is a representation of me, like, oh, now that's fly. I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Yaya's not into rings, so I still don't got it. But
that's
fly, bro.
You
know
know, some people aren't into jewelry, but they'll, like they understand the symbolism and stuff like that.
That's some fly shit. God damn, kid. That's some fly shit. Bravo.
Like, nah. What do you want people to see when they see me?
Yeah, that's
and
fly.
They see you.
That's my whole thing. I want my girl to be the. I want my girl to come through. Yes, I'm down with that. That's fly, kid. Because I was looking at it like I was dating this one girl. I bought one ring in my life, and for a girl that you told me when I first met you, you told me, "Yo, she's not for you. Get rid of her." I bought that girl a ring, yellow diamonds. Might have spent.
I be trying, Tyren.
Might have spent like 15 or 16 grand on it. I don't know how to pay for. I'm so country. I don't even know nothing about payment plans and stuff. I just paid it out, right? So, and we broke up like a month later.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have a chance to even get it to her, but it's like, if I would have gave it to her, I would even still be in a relationship with her today. But it's like, I know so many guys that go broke behind this traditionalism thing. And I'm just like,
or in debt. So that's even money that you don't have.
I'm like, the ring costs more than, the ring is worth more than their net worth.
However, this is a different way to look at the ring. I look at it as,
I'm sold. I'm sold.
No. And I'm just talking about like the cost, not saying that, but the cost of the ring. I look at it as a way or collateral, right? If we ever hit rock bottom as a couple, I know that I have something of value that can bring us back afloat.
You think the ring can bring y'all
back? That's how
I
look at things. So it's just like, I know that I hold, if we ever needed that, like I hold something of value that I know we'll be okay with. You know what I mean? Like, to keep us from off the street. But that's like a last, like even behind last resort.
Oh, you talking about like poverty?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that the ring would.
If something drastic would have happened, like a house burnt down, everything in it, lost jobs at the same time, on top of parents not here, security nets not here, everything drained, like literally if the world was to turn over, okay. I know I have at least something that's going to keep us afloat.
Okay, I got you.
So that's how I look at rings if they cost that much, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I got you. That's me though. That's in my own head. I don't know if anybody else think of that way.
I don't even know how to. Also, I'm blown away. But because this one girl just, I was really feeling her. Like I said, man, I was feeling every girl I ever dated.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with being naive like that. But she was like, the minimum price for my ring should be at least 30 grand. And she's from LA. You know what I'm saying? So soon as she said that, KK, I just, there's nothing I could do for you, sweetheart. You wait. I'm dating out of my league. You know how we talked about the guys last week about the girls wanting a certain type of man? Like, you are too much of a high value woman for me. I can't afford. I'm over my head. 30,000 for a ring when I probably.
Who's to say that you bring that much value to my life though?
No shit, come on.
I don't even know that yet. You know what I mean?
You gotta understand, I was at my lowest point at this time. So I just went from being probably worth 400 grand. And when she told me that, I probably was worth 10 grand. I'm like, yo, you kidding me?
That don't even
match. You don't see me. Like, we went from condos to now I'm staying in extended stays, sweetie. Don't you see when I'm flying you in? We're in extended stays. You want a $30,000 ring? The thing is, she made more money than me at this point in time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so was she willing to go half, or?
I'm trying to tell you, I was dating outside of my league. You know what I'm saying? She ended up getting pregnant by an NBA player, but I was like, it made sense.
Yeah.
Type of guy you need. You talking to country bumpkin? I just signed I've never really signed for under $100K, right? But
right.
Even signing for $100K with some of my smaller contracts, $30K, that's too much money.
Right? That's 30%.
Yeah, come on. I got to be over here listening to these. That's too much, man. And I think that kills a lot of relationships because
expectations.
Yes. No, that's a good one. Okay, that whole way. How would you see your girl? How would you want your girl to be seen as a representation of? I'm all about that. God damn, ain't no budget for that. I paid $30K for that. I paid $30,000 for that.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
You're welcome. No,
hey, that's what we're here for.
You're welcome, ladies. If you listen.
Yeah, I paid $30,000 for that. That's hard. You got anything else you want to touch on?
No, I'm good, man. For today, I just, these open conversations are definitely needed for different perspectives and everything. So we're just gonna keep it going.
All right. Well, we're gonna thank Kaya again for coming in. If you want to, please leave a review, like and subscribe to the channel. Get the reviews up, get the subscriptions up. You can check this out. This video is gonna be on YouTube if you're on YouTube, wherever you're watching it, or you can go on my website, tyrenjohnson.com/podcast, Apple Music, Spotify. Yeah, man.
Find us on Instagram.
We got you.don't.no.Kaya. I'm Tyren Johnson, and y'all keep tapping in with us, man. Give us some feedback. Let us know what y'all think. Till next time, we out.
Bye.